Hey, it's Clifford the Big Red Dog coming to you live from Cliffy's Corner for another episode of PE for the Apocalypse. So, the other day we did a lesson on balance and what my students are used to using as somewhat of an obstacle course. We might have talked specifically about the aerobic steppers, a couple different ways to use that, the teeter board, spinner. But today I wanted to focus on balance pods and specifically show you how to make some for yourself. So the store-bought ones, this is the big one, 25 bucks or so for single. Make it part of your course. Use it separately by itself. Park it next to a wall or some environmental support for various type of standing balance. Of course, the core, where you gradually work where you can get up all 4 points and you're using your core for balance. So that's a good one to use. Safe on most surfaces, a little slippery on some that I found. So the smaller balance pods, again, this is from Amazon. Originally it was like 30 bucks for two. Now you order them, it's about 25 to 30 bucks. You get 6 different colors, depending on who made the plastic. This one's pretty hard. These pointy things are a little tough on bare feet if you're gonna do this in your socks. So it's not bad, but I'm gonna show you how to make your own much cheaper. So using a foam roller, they call them, on Amazon, it's 36 inches by, this was about 7 inches, 10 bucks or so, give or take. And so what happens is you cut it into slices. You can actually cut it into different shapes so that you have them, you can walk on them this way, you can walk on them this way. They can be simply like a giant hockey puck. And so when you're cutting these, I use a hacksaw. You can use like a long serrated bread knife. I always wanted to make this somewhat of a project. You can turn this into a project for your kids at home or students. So a regular hacksaw, you can still do some damage if you try, but I mean, it's not like you're going to slice a finger off if you touch it. This little bar here gets in the way. I've actually thought about, you could get away with that. I mean, it literally does, if it's got the little teeth in there, you could make quite a project of, taking these little 2-inch or so hockey puck size pieces. But so whatever you do, something that's safe, but where the kids can maybe still get involved, you can somehow make it a family or class project. So anyway, you slice these as little hockey pucks. You notice this one here I'm getting ready to do, I'm going to do it on an angle, which when you step on it will create a little bit more challenging of a proprioception. So I'm just going to show you how this works here. I'm going to kind of go on an angle. I notice I've got to kind of turn it. Doesn't take much effort. So much of an Here's a couple that I made earlier. So depending on how you slice those, for a $10 piece of foam, you can get as many as 10 or 12, much cheaper than the ones from Amazon. So that's how we do that. I think I talked about, so some type of knife, some way of, I never tried with the swimming pool noodles. I've always got swimming pool noodles around, being a swim coach. And so what you come up with is something like that. And it kind of works. And the bigger kids will have actually not as high, probably not as scary, and probably less chance of twisting an ankle or anything like that. And you could probably do the same thing where if you sliced it down the middle and do some long pieces, again, you can add this really simple proprioceptive balance obstacle course, add it to whatever you're doing outside, going down your hallway, your backyard, your playroom, or whatever. So hopefully some inexpensive ideas. I am happy to make a set for people, my students, if anybody out there in my adapted PE group and bring them to you if you feel safe. We're operating under pandemic conditions, so anything you receive from anybody, deliveries, whatever, we're sanitizing. Let it sit outside for a day, sanitize it again. I'm also going to have a lesson on PVC pipe hurdles. So same thing with that. I have tons of that material and can make a set for folks to use at home, in addition to showing you how to make them for yourself. So whether you feel comfortable in me delivering something to you, that's great. You want to go to Lowe's or whatever, or use Amazon to pick up some materials. Hopefully that's helpful. Thanks. See you next time on PE in the Apocalypse.